Hey guys, so I was just thinking a lot about social media and the realms of social media, how we judge others, how we create a certain sense of self through others. The thing that I want to extend to you when someone is on social media is we actually don't really get a lot of information about that person. We also tend to accrue information that is in a capacity for us as humans to justify our own behaviors or create a sense of self. So, for example, I actually have in recent years suffered a lot of eczema and issues with rashing, skin sensitivities. I've had it since a child, but lately it's flared up a lot more. And I always remember as I went through childhood and I also suffered it, I would often have a red face and red skin, and people would make fun of me. And that created a sense of disvalue and lack of worth in myself, but potentially for others, it creates a sense of value when you don't have those issues going on. When I grew up and I was a runner, you can see my rib cage here. I was even smaller. I was probably about another 10 kilos lighter than I am now, being a distance runner. I ran internationally. And with that running, my nickname was Four Boobs because my boobs were, and my ribs were about the same size. And it was really hard because I was training to be an international runner, which I got to be. But the ability for people to place your value and self-worth on your external features tends to distract you and your sense of self away from that. And it tends to also, for those that are judging you, help them to feel better, because we have a cycle of hurt people. And I know when I go upside down, I go super red, and I've had a lot of photographers reach out or say to me, oh, we can't take this photo because you're very red at the moment. And I can't do anything about that. I have super fair skin and everything can be seen. But that is something that we need to understand, and why I'm coming to full circle with this is that we need to understand that nobody is perfect on social media. Everyone has issues and sore points. I know I had a broken nose, and I'm not sure whether it's from my brother letting go of the buggy or a water polo player elbowing me when I was in my teenage years. And my nose is sometimes crooked in lights, which is fantastic, adds character, but people do comment. I know also I have been known to go cross-eyed when I'm tired. When I was 2, I had an eye operation. My brother also had an eye operation because we were cross-eyed all the time. I had to wear a pirate patch. Arr, it was awesome. And unfortunately, the nature of the beast is that I still have that. And I have a friend, and they're an Ironman athlete, and they actually probably one of the really up there, and he actually has similar condition with his eyes, but he is one of the world's best performers I've ever seen internationally, continually at the age of 40 still performing, and known by many teams across Europe and America. So I guess why I want to tell you the idiosyncrasies about me and the things that fall short, perhaps also the judgment that social media has on people so we can feel better. I know, for example, if I see someone else red-faced, I'm like, oh good, I'm not alone. That makes me feel a bit better. It's a natural human thing. But what I want to say is that we also tend to judge people by the bodies. Like, I know I can see a lot of comments, you should put more clothes on, or you should put less clothes on, or you should wear this, or you should do this. The reality is I want to go swimming, and so I have my swimsuit on and I'm making the video. However, if I am going out, I could put a dress on, or if I'm about to train, I could put my sports clothes on. If I am at home about to shower, I can have nothing on. That persona of me doesn't change. It's actually a really big gift for you to see me or anyone else in several different capacities of what they wear and how they talk and when they are feeling sick and when they are feeling well, and all of these things. But the human spectrum, particularly on social media, is this perfection line. And the other thing that I notice is if someone is performing well and doing incredible things, our human capacity to celebrate them is short. We actually prefer to pull them down. And I know I've seen a lot of people pull down incredible people like Andrew Huberman and other people, and they're not perfect, don't get me wrong. Nobody is perfect, everybody has flaws, but what I can tell you is people are sharing things that we are so lucky to have. I mean, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, even 5 years ago, I'm not quite sure how long Andrew has been around, we wouldn't have this type of information and the incredible platform of people speaking about scientific information that can help us on a day-to-day basis for free to feel healthier. But the one thing that we often focus on is how does he interact as a person privately, or how does someone else wear this wrongly, or this one piece of information that is wrong, or this one something that is wrong, when there is hundreds of things that are right. The same with Simone Biles when she pulled out of the Olympics. People call her a quitter. She is the most incredible performer and she is allowed to quit. That is her prerogative, or if she doesn't feel right, that does not mean she's a quitter. Pretty much 100%, 99.9% of the population can't do what she's doing. So why would any of us judge someone who is not in that position? And the reason I want to share this is because we need to look at the way in which we project, the way in which we talk about each other, the way in which it disempowers us. It disempowers me to get caught up in other people's drama. It disempowers me to focus on what everyone else is doing wrong. It disempowers me to take on the voices outside of me and to lift them. The truth is, as David Grogan says, life is hard and it sucks a lot of the time. Most of the things that successful people do are not balanced, and they get to be successful because they aren't balanced and they're doing things that most of the population don't want to do, the average population. If you're not having success in your journey of losing weight, getting healthy and fit, maybe a relationship or something, then 9 times out of 10 you're not doing enough, and that's a really hard reality. 9 times out of 10 you're doing what everyone else does, which is make an excuse and regret. And the reason why we do that is because it's hard. It sucks to change. It's counterproductive to have to do hard things, but Mother Nature made life hard. I mean, we go through cold winters, we give birth as human beings, we raise children. These things are challenging as they are, and this is natural. And to grow is hard. Trees grow through incredible amounts of weather and poor malnourishment and so on. But we've come to a society where if you do this, you're going to be able to have a really balanced, healthy life. The truth is, we don't have enough time to do this. But we do have enough time to work on ourselves. And to work on ourselves requires us to do the shit stuff. To work on ourselves requires us to get up, because most people say, oh, you can get up and you can get in a routine and you can be happy to get up. Yes, you can train yourself to do that, but to train yourself to do that sucks. To work on losing weight sucks. To work on getting a handstand sucks. To be on social media sometimes is wonderful, but it also sucks with the amount of opinions that come back. To have a family is really hard because you're always having to recalibrate against different personality, different phases of each other. To be a man or a woman is hard. To be anything is hard. So let's get that over with and understand that it's hard. But what's harder? This is the thing that I keep coming back to. What is harder is living a life that is not the life you want to live. It's living a life of excuses and regrets. It's living a life of opinions of others that you're never going to live up to and you're always going to disappoint, plus yourself. So you have to learn to live the hard. You have to learn to do what sucks so you can get the tastes of joys and happiness and successes. But you have to learn that a large majority of what you're going to do in your day-to-day life is going to be a bit sucky. It's going to be hard. However, it pays off in the long term. So whenever you come against people selling you, here is the way to look beautiful, every day and the perfect product. I'll tell you that there's no perfect product for perfect skin. You're going to have days when you have bad skin. You're going to have days when you have bad hair. You're going to have days when you wake up with a headache and you don't feel like doing it. You're going to have days when you are training your handstands and everything is so shaky and you can't even balance a handstand, but there you are working on some really advanced stuff on other days. You're going to have days when you can usually do the splits, and other days you're like, I can barely touch my toes. You're going to have days when you're going to get up and you're going to feel really down. But all of this is not there to control you or stop you. That's where you have to come above and rise above it. As the Cool Runnings says in the, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Cool Runnings. It's probably one of my favorite movies. I love how they go against adversity and they're in a bathtub, you know, going down the hill to learn to do sledding. I love how when they get to the Olympics, everybody is against them and they have to learn to run on the ice, even though they're at the Olympics already. The biggest ability to create success is your belief. No other opinion is going to stop you but yours. So when you get stopped, it's because you believe either the outside voices or you create an inside voice strong enough to stop you. Most people that are having success or doing things have pain, have suffering, have a lot of shitty days. I mean, that's why there's a lot of celebrities that are in the 27 Club where they've said goodbye to this world. That's why there's a lot of stories about well-known people with lots of money and things going challenging in their life, because nothing makes life easy. No matter if you have money and all those things, it can help a little bit. But at the end of the day, the only thing that helps the most is our mindset, our discipline, our ability to work and grow, our discipline to do sucky things, and our belief in ourselves. So as you go through social media, look at how you respond. If you're looking at me and you're saying, oh, she could have put something else on, then you're focused on the wrong thing. You could have taken something from this and said, oh, thank you for that information. I didn't really know about it. I can just choose to ignore that. I would have preferred a different outfit. If you see someone that is doing something or saying something in a podcast, and most of the podcast is fantastic, but you find the one thing that's just like, oh yeah, right, I can't relate, and you focus only on that, and the podcast is 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, again, your focus is wrong. If you're going on social media and thinking everyone else is easy and you're spending a lot of time scrolling and feeling inadequate, your focus is wrong. You should be off social media or using social media to do some skills or learn something, and then off social media again. And if you're following people that you need to criticize, then you need to change whom you're following, and you have the power to do that. And if you're waking up every day thinking it's hard, then you're on the right track, because it is hard. It's so hard to get out of the morning when your alarm clock goes off, but it's so rewarding once you get started. It's so hard to train, but it's so rewarding once you get those days where you feel fantastic and you have the energy and you feel excited and you want to do it. It's hard having a long-term relationship, to keep the other person with you and you with them in a really balanced way, and to keep finding fun and to keep finding intimacy that floats your boat. It is work, but when you have those moments, it's fantastic. It's challenging raising a child that the phases are always going in and out and in and out. And when you think you've got it right, it changes again. You're like, oh, and you're still learning about yourself, and you can't say because I said so, because we're in a world of awareness now. It's challenging being in a world that has 1,000,000 things that you can do to make the best life ever, but you can't fit it in. So why not choose one? Why not do one hard thing each day and realize that's okay, and it's okay to be hard? Why not realize that there's no 30-day program to get anything, but there are 30 days of doing things that can help you to grow. And in those 30 days, you're going to have lots of days where you don't want to, but you're going to overcome it and rise above it. And remember, you're not alone in this world. But there's no point comparing and making someone else feeling inadequate to make yourself feel better. The only way to truly feel better is to work from the inside out. If there was perfection, if there was a way to be joyous every day, if there was a way to work out every day, a way to learn a language, a way to have a successful relationship, a way to be absolutely beautiful to the eye, if that's what you want for every person, then everybody would be doing it, because humans are terrible at keeping secrets. We're a gossip. Look at the podcast. We're sharing information everywhere. Information is everywhere. The only constant is change. And with that change is a wonderful thing, because we forget that the world changes, but we change too. But more importantly, we have the capacity to create change by choosing a new choice, by choosing a new thought, by choosing to do a new action every single day, no matter if it's hard or not. Accept that it's hard, and remember that choosing to do hard for suffering for your goals and your better life is the art of suffering well. Choosing excuses and regrets and complaints and worry is just the art of suffering. We want life to be, if it's going to have suffering, the art of suffering well. Thanks for joining me, and I'm off for a swim. I hope you are well. Have a great day.